Hello, kiddos. Today we're going to talk about the foundational differences between Federalists and Anti-Federalists. We're going to start with Federalists. So Federalists believe that there should be a strong centralized government. Essentially speaking, would be a group of people, anywhere from 100 to 200 people, would have the lasting rights or the lasting say over what the government's role is and what laws would be approved and utilized in a country. Anti-Federalists believe that we should have strong state governments and that a federal government should not exist. Essentially, what an Anti-Federalist is saying is every state should essentially be its own government. So every state would have a way of collecting their own taxes. Every state would have a process of approving a law. Every state would have their own process to do everything that a country as a whole would function as. The support behind Federalists is the idea that not every person in every state knows exactly the process it takes to pass a law. Not every single person knows the importance of certain vocabulary words or certain phrases to be used in documents. If I don't have the necessary qualifications that it would take to pass a law, I shouldn't be the person approving laws. Anti-Federalists believe that if we put so much trust into a centralized government, we're going to end up with the same mistreatment that we had when King George was still our official leader. So we have these two conflicting ideas. Federalists formally and very strictly believe in the idea that the Constitution, as is with no Bill of Rights, is what's right. That a strong centralized government with a president and a set of leaders are the ones that we should trust to make decisions. Anti-Federalists can never agree with this idea, given that they just have so much trauma and so much unease and no trust in a government functioning system that they prefer to do everything alone. The differences between Federalist and Anti-Federalist roles of government is what's going to start the argument over the Constitution. It's going to start the argument over a national bank, and essentially is going to create two very different political parties that end up ripping the country in half, which is the idea of moving into sectionalism, which we will be talking about soon. Just keeping in mind that the leader for the Federalist is going to be Alexander Hamilton. The leader for the Anti-Federalist is going to be Thomas Jefferson. So them two being the leaders of each very different, very opposing political beliefs, it's what's going to start our political parties and start with issues that neither one of them can come into agreement on.